The last hope. The chamber was cold, filled with the quiet hum of alien machines that had already failed. 17 alien doctors surrounded the glowing bed where the woman lay. Her chest rose and fell in shallow gasps, each breath weaker than the last. Strange lights flickered across her skin, showing the breakdown of energy inside her body. The doctors moved quickly, their hands covered in silver gloves, their faces hidden behind glass masks. They spoke in sharp alien tones, words that sounded like metal scraping on stone. One checked the life monitor. Another tried to inject glowing liquid into her veins. A third pressed a device against her chest, forcing light into her heart. Nothing worked. Each attempt ended with the same result. The woman's breath became weaker. A voice broke through the room, low and heavy. "It is over," the oldest doctor said. His eyes glowed faintly under his mask. "Her life cannot be saved. We have reached the limit of our science." The others stopped moving. The machines went silent. For the first time, fear filled the chamber. In the corner of the room stood a human. He had been brought as a soldier, nothing more. His presence was tolerated but never respected. The aliens had mocked his kind many times. To them, humans were weak and simple, relying on luck instead of knowledge. Yet as he watched, something stirred inside him. He did not understand why, but he could not look away from her. Her skin was pale, almost shining. Her silver hair spread across the bed like light itself. She looked fragile, but there was also strength hidden deep in her. He felt it. He felt her slipping away, and something in him screamed that he could not let that happen. One of the alien doctors turned to him, voice sharp. "Do not move, human. You cannot help here. Your kind does not heal. Your touch is primitive. Stay where you are," but he did not listen. He stepped forward, each foot heavy against the shining floor. His heart pounded. He had no plan, no machine, no medicine. Only his hand. The doctors shouted at him, some reaching for weapons, others trying to block his path. Still, he pushed through them until he stood at her side. He looked down at her face. Her eyes were closed, her lips parted as if whispering a last breath. Slowly, carefully, he placed his hand on her chest. The room froze. Every doctor gasped. Alarms screamed from the machines, reacting to a change they could not explain. The guards at the door raised their weapons, waiting for the order to shoot. But then something happened that none of them had seen before. The woman's chest rose higher, stronger. The pale glow of her skin shifted into a soft warmth. The light spread outward from where his hand touched, flowing like water through her body. Her heart monitor, once flat, spiked with sudden life. Her eyes flew open, shining with a light not seen in years. The doctors stumbled back, fear written across their glowing eyes. "Impossible," one whispered. "Human hands cannot do this." "No science explains this." The woman turned her head slowly. Her eyes locked on the human standing above her. She looked into him as if she had always known him. Her lips moved, and in a faint voice she spoke a word he did not know, but somehow understood. It meant mine. His body froze. He felt something inside him change, as if her energy had flowed into him, linking them together. Her heartbeat matched his own. Her breath became his breath. The chamber fell silent again, but this time it was not because of death, it was because of fear. The 17 alien doctors had failed. Their machines, their medicine, their science, all useless. Yet one human, with nothing but a touch, had done the impossible. The guards lowered their weapons, uncertain. The counselors who had been watching through the glass stepped closer, whispering among themselves. This was not healing. This was something beyond it. Something that threatened the balance of their world. The woman sat up slowly, still holding the human's hand. Her voice was stronger now, clear and sharp. "Do not fear," she said to her people. "It was not your failure. It was his power." The human stared at her, confused. He did not feel powerful. He felt only the heat of her skin against his, the bond pulling him closer to her. He wanted to pull away, to step back, but he could not. Her grip was too strong, not on his hand, but on his soul. The oldest doctor trembled, pointing at him. "This should not be. No human can do this. He is dangerous." But the woman shook her head. Her silver hair moved like water in the chamber's light. "No," she said. "He is mine." The words echoed through the chamber like thunder. The human felt the weight of them, heavy but unbreakable. He had stepped forward when everyone else had given up. He had done what no alien science could do. And now, whether he understood it or not, he belonged to her. The chamber doors closed with a heavy sound. Outside, whispers began to spread through the alien halls. 17 healers had failed. A human had succeeded, and from that moment nothing would ever be the same. The forbidden touch. The air inside the chamber was heavy after the miracle. No one moved, no one spoke. The woman's breathing was strong now, her heart alive again, and yet every doctor stared at the human as if he was a crime standing before them. The oldest healer broke the silence. His voice shook with fear and anger. "Remove your hand, human. This is forbidden. Your kind has no right," but the woman did not release him. Her fingers wrapped tighter around his wrist, pulling his hand against her chest. Her eyes, glowing with strange light, held him like chains. The human felt heat flowing into him, almost burning, yet it did not hurt. Instead, it filled him with strength he had never known. The guards shifted nervously, waiting for an order to attack. Their green armor caught the glow of the machines, their weapons humming with energy. One step from them and the human would be dead. Still, he did not move. He could not. His body obeyed something higher than fear. The woman raised her voice, weak but clear. 17 tried to save me. They failed. He alone brought me back. Do not touch him. The words echoed heavy and sharp. The guards froze, looking toward the counselors behind the glass. None gave an order. None could explain what they had seen. The human looked around, feeling their eyes cut into him. He had never wanted this. He was only a soldier, a shadow in a war not his own. He had no gift, no training, no knowledge. Yet the impossible had happened through his hands. The woman leaned closer, whispering so only he could hear. "Do not let go. If you release me, I will die again. You are my bond now." Her words sent chills through him. He wanted to deny it, to believe this was an accident, but deep inside he felt the truth. A thread tied his life to hers, unseen but unbreakable. He could feel her heartbeat inside his chest, every thump echoing like his own. The oldest healer slammed his staff against the floor. "This is an abomination. Human touch cannot hold our life force. This breaks the law of the stars." The woman's eyes turned sharp like blades of ice. "Then perhaps your laws are wrong." Gasps filled the chamber. The doctors recoiled as if her words had struck them. For centuries they had believed their healing science was perfect, flawless, the highest knowledge in the galaxy. And now a single human hand had destroyed that pride. The human tried to speak, but no words came. He only felt the weight of the moment pressing on him. He could sense hatred burning from the healers, fear trembling in the guards, and something darker hiding behind the glass where the counselors watched. Suddenly, one of the younger healers stepped forward. His voice shook with rage. "If her life depends on him, then he controls her. He will use her against us. Kill him now before it is too late." The guards tensed, raising their weapons again. The woman's eyes flared with silver light. She rose from the bed, still holding the human's hand. The glow from her body burned brighter, forcing the guards to shield their eyes. "Touch him," she said, "and you will face me. He is mine." The human felt the bond grow stronger, pulling energy from her into him. His skin tingled, his veins felt alive with fire. He could not understand it, but he knew one thing. If the guards attacked, he would not die alone. Something inside him was ready to fight back. The chamber became a storm of silence and tension. Every second stretched like an eternity. The healers whispered to each other in panic, unable to explain what they saw. The guards hesitated, waiting for an order that never came. Finally, one of the counselors spoke through the glass, his voice calm but cold. "Enough, the woman lives. That is all that matters. The human stays alive for now, but this bond will be studied. It must be broken." The woman's grip tightened on the human's hand. Her voice, though soft, cut through the chamber like steel. "It cannot be broken." The human looked at her, heart racing. He had not asked for this, yet now he was tied to her fate and she to his. The entire room could feel it. The guards slowly lowered their weapons, though unease still filled their eyes. The healers turned away, ashamed of their failure, but also burning with envy. The counselors whispered behind the glass, their eyes sharp as knives. The human knew in that moment that his life had changed forever. He was no longer a soldier hiding in the shadows. He was a piece of something far greater, something the aliens feared but could not stop. And though he did not understand it, he felt the truth in her words. If he let go, she would die. If she died, something inside him would die too. The forbidden touch had not only saved her life, it had bound them together forever. The bond awakens. The chamber lights dimmed as the counselors left their glass room. The guards followed, but their eyes never left the human. He stood frozen beside the woman, still holding her hand, still unsure if he had done something right or something terrible. The alien doctors gathered their failed machines, their movements stiff with shame. None dared look at him. The sound of their boots echoed through the chamber as they left in silence, carrying the weight of their defeat. Now the room was quiet. Only he and the woman remained, bound by something invisible and strong. The human finally spoke, his voice low. "I do not understand. How can my touch do what your people could not?" The woman studied him with eyes that seemed older than the stars. Her silver hair glowed faintly in the dim light. "It is not only your touch," she said softly. "It is your spirit. Your kind carries something different, something we forgot long ago." Her words sent chills through him. He wanted to ask what she meant, but before he could, pain struck his chest. It was not his own pain, it was hers. He gasped, clutching his ribs, yet she showed no wound. He realized with horror that he could feel her suffering as if it were his own. The woman leaned closer, whispering, "Do not fear. This is the bond. When you saved me, you opened a path between us. Your breath, your strength, your life, they now flow into me, and mine into you." The human shook his head. "That is impossible." But even as he denied it, images rushed into his mind. He saw flashes of her memories. Great battles fought in burning skies, alien warriors kneeling before her, a crown of light placed upon her head. Then he saw shadows, betrayal, poison, and a secret war hidden within her people. He staggered, gripping the side of the bed. His heart raced as if it was fighting two lives at once. I saw your past," he whispered. The woman nodded. "The bond is not only life. It is memory, feeling, and destiny. You are not just a healer to me now. You are my other half." The weight of her words pressed on him. He had never asked for this. He had wanted only to help when no one else could. But now he was tangled in her fate, and he could not escape. Suddenly, the chamber doors slid open. A figure entered, tall and cloaked in dark armor. His steps were slow, but his presence filled the room with cold power. He was not a doctor nor a guard. He was a shadow knight, one of the council's secret enforcers. His voice was like ice breaking. "The bond must end. The council will not allow it." The woman rose to her feet, though her body was still weak. She stood in front of the human, her silver light glowing brighter. "You will not touch him." The knight drew a blade of black energy, its hum sharp and cruel. "You belong to the council, not to a human. He is nothing but dirt under their boots. Release him, or I will cut the bond myself." The human's chest burned. He felt her fear, her anger, her determination, all rushing into him. His body shook with energy not his own. When the knight stepped forward, the human's hand lifted without thought. A flash of light burst from his palm, silver and white. The knight stumbled back, his blade shattering against the glow. The chamber shook with the force of it. The human stared at his hand in shock. He had never held power like this. He had never even dreamed of it. The woman smiled faintly, though her eyes were full of warning. "Now you see, the bond is not only life. It gives you my strength. Together we are more than either of us alone." The knight retreated, fury burning in his voice. "This is dangerous. The council will never allow it. They will come for both of you." He vanished into the shadows, leaving only silence behind. The human's chest heaved. He felt stronger than ever, yet also more afraid. He looked at the woman, his voice shaking. "Why me? Why not one of your own people?" Her gaze softened. "Because your kind still remembers what we lost. You still believe in things that cannot be measured or explained, hope, faith, will. That is why your touch saved me. That is why the bond chose you." The human wanted to argue, to deny it, but deep inside he felt the truth. He was not chosen by chance. Something greater had pulled him into this moment, something that neither science nor power could stop. The woman reached for his hand again. Her touch was warm, steady. "Do not fear the bond. Embrace it. With you I will live. With me you will rise. Together we will change everything." The human's heart pounded. He knew her words meant danger. Already the council plotted against them. Already enemies were moving in the dark. Yet when she held his hand, he felt something stronger than fear. He felt purpose. And as the bond deepened, as their lives tangled into one, he understood the truth. The galaxy would never be the same again. Enemies in the shadows. The human did not sleep that night. He sat in a guarded chamber with the woman beside him, her breathing calm, her silver light soft against the dark walls. Outside the door, alien soldiers stood in silence, their weapons humming, their eyes cold. They were called protectors, but he could feel the truth in their hearts. They were not there to guard him, they were there to watch him. Through the bond, he felt the woman's steady heartbeat. Yet under that calm, he sensed her hidden fear. She knew what he did not. The council would not rest. They had seen what the bond could do, and they would not allow it to grow. When dawn broke, the chamber doors opened. A council envoy entered, draped in long green robes, eyes glowing like emerald fire. His voice was calm but sharp, like a blade hidden in silk. "The council demands you release her," the envoy said. "The bond is unnatural, dangerous. You will return to your world, human, and she will remain with us." The human opened his mouth to answer, but the woman spoke first. Her voice cut through the chamber. "No, without him I die. Without me he dies. The bond cannot be undone." The envoy's lips tightened. "Then you have both chosen rebellion. And rebellion carries a price." He turned on his heel, his robes trailing across the floor like smoke. The guards followed him out, but not before one gave the human a glare filled with hate. The woman touched the human's arm. "They will not ask again," she whispered. "Next time they will act." Her words proved true sooner than he expected. That night, shadows moved in the corridors. Silent figures cloaked in black slipped past the guards. Their blades glimmered with poison, their eyes burning with hatred. They were assassins, sent not by chance but by command. The human woke before they entered, his chest burning with sudden pain. It was not his own, it was hers. The bond warned him. He rose as the door slid open, the assassins rushing in with deadly speed. The woman stood at his side, her silver glow bursting alive, but her strength was still weak. The assassins moved too fast. Their blades struck at the human first, aiming for his heart, yet something inside him awakened again. His hand lifted and light flared from his palm. The assassins staggered back as if struck by thunder. The bond fed him her strength, her power, her will to survive. He felt her anger, her fire, burning inside him like his own. One assassin leapt high, blade raised. The human caught him with a burst of light that threw him across the room. Another tried to strike from behind, but the woman's eyes flashed and the blade shattered before it touched him. When the fight ended, 3 assassins lay unconscious, their weapons scattered. The chamber smelled of smoke and burned metal. The human stood shaking, his chest heaving. His hands still glowed with light, though he had no idea how he had done it. The woman stepped closer, her hand resting on his shoulder. "Do you see now?" she whispered. "The council fears us because together we are stronger than them. You are no longer only human. You carry my power and I carry your spirit. We cannot be broken." The human looked at the fallen assassins. He felt no pride, only dread. "They will not stop," he said. "Next time it will be more. Next time they will come with an army." The woman's eyes hardened. "Then we will face them. Together." Before he could answer, the chamber doors burst open again. More guards flooded in, weapons raised. But instead of attacking, they stopped, stunned by the sight of the assassins defeated. Their leader, a tall alien with golden armor, stepped forward. His voice carried across the chamber. "So it is true," he said. "One human and one bond against all. The council will tremble at this." The woman narrowed her eyes. "And what do you choose, Commander? Will you fight us or will you see the truth?" The commander hesitated. His gaze shifted between the human and the glowing woman. Slowly, he lowered his weapon. "I see the truth," he said. "But the council will not. They will call this treason. They will hunt you both until the stars burn out." The human felt the woman's grip tighten on his hand. Her voice was calm but strong. "Then let them hunt. They will learn what it means to face us." The commander gave a sharp nod. "Then prepare yourselves. The council's shadow is long and it is already moving." As the guards withdrew, the chamber fell silent once more. The human sat beside the woman, his body trembling with exhaustion. Yet through the bond, he felt her strength flowing into him, and his strength flowing into her. They were no longer 2 lives. They were one. And as the night deepened, whispers spread through the alien city. Whispers of the human who touched life where 17 healers failed. Whispers of a bond no council could control. Whispers of a storm that was about to break across the galaxy. Humanity's claim the city was restless. Whispers filled the halls. Whispers that traveled faster than light. 17 alien doctors had failed. A human had succeeded. Some spoke of a miracle. Others spoke of danger. The council spoke of war. The human walked through the wide alien corridors with the woman at his side. Guards followed at a distance, their eyes watching every step. He could feel their hatred through the bond, sharp as knives. Yet beside him, the woman's presence was steady, like fire keeping the cold away. They entered the Grand Council chamber. The room was a circle of black stone, glowing symbols carved into the floor. High above sat the counselors, their bodies tall and thin, their eyes burning with green fire. They looked down as if he were an insect crawling before them. One counselor spoke first. His voice carried across the chamber like thunder. "You are a danger, human. You brought life back with no science, no knowledge. Such power cannot be trusted. The bond between you and her must end." The human wanted to answer, but before he could, pain struck his chest again. He gasped, his knees almost failing. The woman's hand shot out, holding him steady. Through the bond, he felt her fear, her anger, her strength. She stood tall, silver light glowing brighter than ever. Her voice cut through the chamber. "You fear him because he holds what you cannot. But he is not danger. He is hope," the council hissed, their voices sharp. "Hope is weakness. Power belongs only to us." The human felt something stir inside him. It was her strength, her memories, her will flowing into him. But it was also his own, his human spirit, his refusal to bow. He stepped forward, his voice clear. "You think I am weak because I am human. You think my kind has no power. But when your healers failed, when your science failed, I saved her. Not with machines, not with knowledge. With something greater, with will." The chamber fell silent. Every word struck the counselors like stone. Another counselor rose, his eyes flashing. "You dare challenge us?" The woman's silver light spread wider, filling the chamber walls. "He does not challenge you. We both do. Together." At that moment, the human felt the bond surge. His body shook with light, her energy flowing into him like a river. His hands glowed silver, his eyes burned bright. The counselors leaned back, shielding themselves from the brilliance. The human lifted his voice once more. 17 alien healers failed. A human saved her life. Remember that. The galaxy will remember that. Humanity is not weak. Humanity is not small. Humanity is claim. The council chamber trembled with his words. The guards lowered their weapons, uncertain. Some looked at him with fear, others with respect. The power of the bond was clear, undeniable, unstoppable. The oldest counselor stood slowly, his face dark with rage. "You will destroy everything. The bond will bring war." The woman raised her head high. "Then let war come. For the first time, it will not be only your war. It will be ours." The human felt her words inside him like fire. He understood now. This was not only about saving her life. This was about changing the balance of power. Humanity, once ignored and mocked, had claimed a place in the galaxy with a single act. The counselors shouted, their voices clashing, but their power could not hide the truth. The bond was unbroken. The bond was alive. The bond had chosen a human. The woman took his hand, her voice steady. "From this moment, they cannot deny you. You are part of me, and I am part of you. Together we will stand." He looked at her, heart racing. He had never asked for this fate, but he felt it now as clearly as his own breath. He was no longer only human. He was something greater, something new, something the galaxy could not explain or destroy. And when he turned his gaze back to the council, his voice was calm, but it carried across the chamber with strength no one could silence. "Humanity claims its place, starting with me." The silence that followed was heavy. The galaxy had shifted, and in that moment the story of one human and one forbidden touch became something far greater. A fire that would spread through the stars,